This is NEM 2014. I'm really privileged to have a special guest here in a small interview session room. It's Branko Čakarmiš, programming director of ProPlus. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Welcome.
It's interesting because there is some kind of old viewers from linear channels and there is new viewers from digital platforms and channels. Are they still the same viewers, or they definitely that new viewers are younger and more demanding content-wise?
They're not the same because they live different lives and their daily biorhythm is different. So, and they come later at home than it used to. Basically, since we both joined EU, we work later, which means that we come home later, and the time when we watch our linear channel actually shifted later in the night. And maybe we consume TV content in a different platforms because prior those platforms were not available.
Do you have any figures? You mentioned that you got a programming, broadcasting on the linear TV broadcast channels, and then immediately after that there is available on a digital platform.
Yes.
On demand. Do you have figures and numbers? How many people are watching that on linear channels and how much people are?
It's very funny because we tend to believe that the on-demand service is also only for young, dynamic, with a dynamic lifestyle. But the fact is quite different. Our most viewed content, foreign content, are telenovelas. And telenovelas are usually connected with an older, female skewing audience, which means to us that there is a certain part of our linear audience which is not able to watch telenovelas from 4 to 7 in the afternoon because they are not at home, and they're watching those telenovelas from 8 to 11 because we see the pattern that basically they're watching the episode of the same telenovelas as we are broadcasting afternoon on our linear channel. So this is a typical example of how catch-up service is working in a benefit to a linear viewer.
Do you see any possibility that local content produced by local people here, does it have any even slim chances to be internationally successful, like Borgen from Scandinavia or other places? Do you see any of those content that could be absolutely desirable for the international market?
At the moment not, but I would say never, because if you look at the development of the Turkish series in our region, they started locally. It was their primarily content for the prime time. They started to export in neighboring countries, then in the region. But now the big international players are adopting Turkish series, meaning buying the formats and scripts and adapting to their local market.
How did you find NEM and panel this year comparing with last year?
I noticed the shift in the panel. The shift is going into what's new in the area of services, how we can bring content to viewer and customer, the relationship with the operator and the broadcaster. I believe that this relationship will be the key for the future of our industry, because on one hand you have TV broadcasters, we are heavily regulated. On the other hand, you have operator which are almost no regulation, with no regulation in terms of the content distribution, and that's basically an equal relationship because they can do whatever they want, in fact, but we have one big advantage. Local operators, local broadcasters, we produce and own the most relevant content, and usually the audience, the customer goes where the relevant content is.
This is the NEM 2014. I really enjoyed talking to Branko Čakarmiš, programming director of ProPlus. Thank you very much.
Thank you.